Number one, everybody's figuring that this is a huge showdown, as we just showed you with the clip and the music and the, dun, 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 Judgment Day. Except, not really. Very late in the process, people are kind of catching on to what the Obama campaign's been saying all along, which is the math is kind of insurmountable for Hillary Clinton. So let's give her a positive spin on what might happen today. Okay, let's say she splits Vermont and Rhode Island. Barack Obama already leading in Vermont and apparently will crush in Vermont. So at the best she could do is she wins Rhode Island, which she theoretically favored to win. So she gets a split out of Vermont and Rhode Island. So put that aside. And then she wins in Ohio comfortably, 10, maybe even 12, 14 points, right? And then she goes down to Texas and she wins in Texas. She wins by a little bit, okay? I would say that that's as close to a best-case scenario as Hillary Clinton can get. And then at that point, she picks up, what, 10, 15, 20 delegates? Go crazy and say she picks up 30 delegates. Because remember, they both pick up delegates. It's proportional. So if she beats them by a little bit in Texas, she might even lose the delegate count because of the primary caucus system that we've explained before on the show. But let's say she wins by a couple of delegates in Texas. Okay, so let's say she picks up 30 delegates overall, which would be pretty damn optimistic. So then she'd only be down 120 delegates. And she doesn't have another Texas and Ohio to go to. There'd only be one really big state, Pennsylvania, left. How's she going to make up that difference of 120 delegates? This is pledged delegates we're talking about, not the super delegates, which I would be shocked if they decided how this election is going to go. I think they're going to go the way that the pledged delegates did. She's not going to make up that difference. And let alone whether Barack Obama does better than expected. What if he wins Texas? He crushes in Vermont. Maybe he squeaks out a win in Rhode Island. Maybe he makes it close in Ohio. I mean, look, we know this. If he wins Texas and Ohio, it's over tonight. We'll declare it. It's done, right? I think there's a pretty good chance that if he wins one out of the two, Texas or Ohio, you could pretty much call it tonight, and it's still done in favor of Barack Obama. And then there's a pretty good chance that if he loses both, it's still done tonight, and Hillary Clinton simply can't catch Barack Obama. Not only is he ahead by over 150 pledged delegates, that's a big lead to make up when all the states get split up between the two candidates. Even if one wins big, they don't win by that much in delegate count. Not only is that a big lead, but also Barack Obama is going to definitely win some of the upcoming states. I mean, Vermont today, he's guaranteed. I know it's a small state. But then Mississippi, decent-sized state, guaranteed win for Barack Obama. North Carolina, very likely win for Barack Obama. How's she going to get past all that? She's not going to. So the math count is pretty tough for her. But let's see what happens tonight. I mean, who knows? Maybe she blows them out in both. Alter went into Slate's delegate counter and did a little math. And he came up with an analysis that is really, really hard to dispute. He gave Hillary Clinton a win in every state she's, at this point, expected to lose. Mississippi, North Carolina, Vermont. He said a tie in Vermont and a shockers in Mississippi and North Carolina and Oregon, etc. Hillary Clinton wins in the states that are supposed to be close or Obama winning, right? And the states that are close or Hillary has the lead, he gave her a giant win, 10-point win or 15-point win in every one of the remaining states. And after you have her landslide every state that's close and win every state that she's supposed to lose, at the end of all that, she's still down 58 delegates. So how in the world could she possibly win? She'd have to do all that, do all the upsets, all the landslides, get Florida and Michigan to re-vote, win those in gigantic landslides, and then still need some superdelegate help to win. Not going to happen. So then we begin to ask the question, and we'll ask it more in our coverage tonight, and when Ben joins me, we'll have this discussion, and we'll have it with our guests as well. if Hillary Clinton doesn't absolutely positively blow Obama out of the water tonight, and she doesn't come anywhere close to putting a real dent in his delegate lead, is she beginning to hurt the party by continuing to campaign against Obama, especially with this kitchen sink philosophy and this, go for broke and hit him with everything you got, including negative campaigning?